Hello and welcome to a new devlog video for Peasant Uprise. The outskirts of the town of Swayne is filled with vineyards. After all, this is wine country. On Devlog 32, I already shared the story that ties wine with Swayne and Ashling. I'll leave a link to that video in the description. Wine production is already implemented, and grapes is already an available resource, but currently grapes are only obtainable through the market. Now that we are surrounded by grapevines, it would seem obvious to be able to collect some grapes along the way. Now, there won't be any additional code needed for this, but what I do not have yet is a model or several for grapevines, so I can place them around in these vineyards and the player can collect them. Being a bit lazy, or I should say efficient, I started with a model of a fence, hoping to morph it in such a way that it can become something similar to the reference image. One thing I'm already anticipated being problematic are the leaves. These leaves are more spread out and more defined, but that doesn't fit well with a low poly art style. So I have to do something that looks in sync with the rest of the trees and bushes. From a model standpoint, I'm going to keep each group of leaves as separate objects. That way I can apply a different material, so with the same model I can actually create a few different looking variations. My goal overall is to actually create two trees, but in a way that I can switch leaf groups or materials so there is enough difference and they don't all look exactly the same. This is going to be available via game actions, which are special actions that can be performed outside of camp. I also explained what a game action is in Peasant Uprise back in Devlog 33, so I'll leave another link to it in the description. Creating the actual game action takes a bit of setup. It needs a controller, which main job is really to manage the state of this game action and invoke the right trigger state for the occasion. This also leads me to another item that I had to design, which was the knife icon. And for the effect and animation, I'm just going to reuse what I have at the moment. It is time to test the whole thing, and we can see that it does respond to the tool requirements dictated by the game action controller, and once satisfied, the peasant will go to the location and it will proceed to work. Animation and particle effects are working as expected, although currently it is using the default effects that I will eventually tweak down the line. Upon completion, the fruit will disappear from the tree and a message will be shown to the player. To make sure, I'll check our resources at camp, and yep, we do have 100 units of grapes ready to be converted to wine using the winemaker facility. And finally, we can have more wine. Before showing the results of the latest poll, please take a second to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Also click on the bell to receive notifications of future uploads. Last week I ran a poll in Games In-House Discord server, and these are the results. I want to thank everyone that provided some feedback. I had fun with this little experiment and it was great to hear people's opinions. So I'm probably going to be doing more of these. Feel free to join the Discord server to participate and help drive this project forward. The link is available in the video description. With that said, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next update.